Another beautiful day to talk about. Okay, I messed up the saying, but honestly, another day to talk about some football, do some great things we love, and talk about the expectations for the Minnesota Vikings 2022 NFL Draft Class. If I'm being honest, some of these of our expectations might be a little lofty, but this is, just watching the tape, reacting to the draft class, I'm very excited for Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa's and Kevin O'Connell's first draft class. There's a lot of key players in here that I think could make huge impacts down the line, but we won't talk about it. We'll get more into it. Here we go. So with the first in the first round, in the 32nd. First round, 32nd overall selection, the Vikings selected Lewis Cine, safety out of Georgia. Now, I expect Lewis Cine to start as pretty much day one. Now, do I think it's going to be kind of a toss-up between him and Cameron Bynum, Harrison Smith? Honestly, we know that the three safety look, they should all honestly be on the field at the same time, whatever it takes. But I think that Lewis Cine should be a starter, and there should immediately be a guy that gets a shot to start right away. But also at the end of the day, things do happen. I know that training camp and a lot of things can go on, but overall, I'm really excited about Lewis Cine. He's a headhunter, but he does it in the right way. And honestly, he's going to strike fear into defenders, and I couldn't be more excited about it. So then in the second round, 10 picks later, number 42 overall, the Vikings selected Andrew Booth Jr., corner out of Clemson. I think he's going through kind of a core injury right now. I do expect him to be a starter when he does come back. Now, he's going to compete with a Caleb Evans, who we'll get into in just a second. He's going to compete with guys like Cameron Dantzler. I think Patrick Peterson is going to be that starter on the other side, or at least compete as well. So I do expect him to be a starter down the line, having that 1 to 2 interceptions this next year. I do think he could potentially be one of the highest graded corners in this rookie draft class. Absolutely. I think he's got the intangibles. I think he's got a lot of the things you like, and when he does recover, which I hope is quick, I think he's going to be an absolute rock on that back end. Still in the second round, 17 picks later, number 59 overall, the Vikings selected guard Ed Ingram out of LSU. I think honestly, here's the thing. So that offensive line, it probably should look along something like, you talk about Christian Darrisaw at left tackle, should be Ezra Cleveland at left guard. Then after that, in terms of interior, I don't know. Honestly, it could probably be Chris Reed at center, could be Garrett Bradbury. At that point, that would raise the question who's going to start at right guard, because I think Chris Reed, no matter what, has a place on this offensive line. Whatever they play him, that really is where it matters. If they put him at center, I think that Ed Ingram can compete for that right guard spot. If they put him at right guard, it might be a tough road to hoe for the former Tiger. So, overall, I think if they do keep Bradbury and they keep Reed in there, and plus Jesse Davis, let's not forget about him to be at right guard. Now, down the line, I do expect Ed Ingram to be a starter at right guard. I think he's got a lot of the intangibles to be one of the best pass blocking right guards, or just guards in the NFL. So I'm really excited about his future. But for right now, I think he's going to compete. But I do expect him to be a starter down the line. And so then third round, number 66 overall, linebacker Brian Osama, starter by the end of the season. So we got starter. Honestly, if I had to pick between which two linebackers he's going to replace in Eric Kendricks and Jordan Hicks, I would say Jordan Hicks, but overall, I am excited for a guy like Brian Osamo. He's just a heat-seeking missile. If you watched any tape on him coming out of Oklahoma, the dude's he's a man. I love everything I saw. I think he's going to be a lot of fun to watch, but I do think by the end of the season, he's really going to be shooting around, flying around, and being hard to stop. And in the fourth round, number 118 overall, the Vikings selected corner Caleb Evans out of Missouri. I think he's going to be in the rotation right away. I do think he will be an eventual starter, maybe not this season, but or at least he will be a high-end backup that does come in and split reps with a lot of these. It never hurts to have a guy that's tall, that can run, that can be another key piece to that secondary. Could he be the eventual replacement for a guy like Patrick Peterson? Maybe, but again, it does depend on guys like what Cameron Dantzler and everybody does, but I'm excited for a Caleb Evans down the line. Fifth round, number 165 overall, the Vikings selected Asesi Otomehu, out of Minnesota. I think he's going to be in the edge rotation. I think he's perfect. He's perfect for the 3-4 defense, but at the same time, the question does remain, can he get it done in the pass rush game? I'm not sure, but I mean, there's going to be so many. He's going to be perfect at the 5-tech spot. He's going to set some quality edges. He's one of the best run defenders in all of college football, in my opinion. Just kind of looking at him, if you watch any tape on the man, he's got the size. He's a hard and hustle guy. You love it. So I think he's going to be in the rotation. He's going to be probably a 1 to 2 down guy. Maybe they'll bring him out on third down, but I think he's going to start out as a run defender and really help out the Vikings in that regard. In the 5th round, number 169 overall, 4 picks later, the Vikings selected Ty Chandler out of North Carolina, the running back. Honestly, this year, he's probably not going to get a lot of playing time. He might, he might be like a kickoff or a punt return candidate, might get like 5 or 6 carries, but I mean, let's be real here. Dalvin Cook and Alexander Mattison have one more big year in Minnesota, and then after that, who knows? Who knows? It could be Ty Chandler. It could be Kenny Nwangu. But overall, these two guys, I really feel like Nwangu and Chandler are going to be the future starters for the Minnesota Vikings. We made a video about it, but I am excited for the future for a guy like Ty Chandler. He's going to be a future starter in my mind. In the 6th round, number 184 overall, the Vikings selected Za'Darius Lowe out of Illinois. I think he's going to be the new Rashad Hill, but I think he's going to be an upgraded version. I don't think he's going to get pushed around. Not that Rashad Hill was, but there were times last year we were like, ugh. But overall, I like Rashad Hill, but I also like Za'Darius Lowe. So I think Za'Darius Lowe is going to be a solid player, solid backup tackle for the Vikings down the line, and I'm excited to see it. 6th round, number 191 overall, the Vikings selected wide receiver Jalen Naylor out of Michigan State. I think he's honestly going to work into that wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5 competition. Probably wide receiver 5 because Olabisi Johnson is amazing. I love him. The former Ram. But, honestly, so it goes probably Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and then KJ Osborne, probably Olabisi Johnson, then Jalen Naylor. I think that he makes the roster. Might be a little bit for him to get on the roster, but we'll see down the line. And obviously the Vikings will have questions coming up in the future. Will they want to pay KJ Osborne? Maybe, but Jalen Naylor could be a guy that does replace him. Also, Emir Smith-Marsette is a guy I'm really excited about, so we'll see what happens, but Jalen Naylor should be in that 4 or 5, possibly even 6 wide receiver range, excuse me. In the 7th round, number 227 overall, the Vikings selected tight end Nick Muse out of South Carolina. I honestly feel like he should be tight end too. After Irv Smith Jr., even to a degree when we're talking about the expectations, yeah, Nick Muse should be that guy. As a tight end too. Honestly, I think he's a better pass blocking and receiving tight end than a lot of guys and a lot of experts are giving him credit for. And I think he can do a lot of good things for the Vikings down the line. I'm really confident in the former Gamecocks' abilities down the line. So that's it. That's our expectations for the Minnesota Vikings 2022 draft class. Again, some of it might be lofty, but we're really excited about this draft class. A lot of key quality players here, and we're just really excited about it. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. Make sure you guys give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about our expectations for the Minnesota Vikings 2022 draft class.